It's a wonderful day, isn't it? And for us on this side of the divide, we want to ensure that as much as the day is wonderful, we also do a little more things, or a little big, whatever you call it, to ensure that our lives are sweeter, not just for those of us in the studio, but for you who is watching us. How do I mean? Now, we always want the comfort. At any point, any time, we want to sit at home and get things done. We want to sit in our offices and things just function. And the internet has actually provided a whole lot. They call it super highway. So things can actually happen without you really standing up to get things done. Not forgetting that you may at the same time put on weight if you don't do that, or have an unhealthy lifestyle if you don't do that. But then when it's essential, I need to purchase things and ensure that they are delivered top quality and on time. I'm talking about internet markets. A lot of people are making money out of it, but some people are also not able to sell. What could be the problem? I don't know, but we will be looking at that. Then delving into the things that really happen within the internet. The big one for me is the podcast. A lot are happening around there, and some of my friends in the house have been boiling mad at the things they've been listening to, watching. We'll get to find out all of that. But then, my name is Elizabeth Abba, and the show is Conversations, and is reaching you on the platform of the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. And there's the lady in black.
My name is Joe Panachi. It's good to be here this morning.
All right.
My name is Umi Abdullah, aka Coach Didi. Good morning.
Okay, I'm tempted to call the next person Podcast Madam, but she's not really. But you get to find out why I call her that for today. But hello.
Oh, are you looking at me? My name is Deva Hamad, your mom, and it's good to be here this day.
All right, we have a new face joining us.
Yeah, my name is Splendor Onuma. It's good to be here.
Okay, Splendor, I know that it's your first time here, and a lot of people wondering, what does Splendor do? Who is Splendor? You want to share that information with us?
Sure. Thank you very much. My name is Splendor Ifoma Onuma. I'm a UN Rescue Ambassador. What? I'm also the Executive Director for Splendid Dreams Youth Empowerment and Entrepreneurship Initiative.
I'm not sure they're hearing very well. Yeah. You're actually receding as you talk. No, it's from your voice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you want to say that again?
Okay, sure, yeah. My name is Splendor Ifoma Onuma. I'm a UN Rescue Ambassador. I'm also the Executive Director for Splendid Dreams Youth Empowerment and Entrepreneurship Initiative.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Splendor. And like I said, let's briefly look at what happens with internet banking. Not banking really, marketing. I particularly have had my bitter and sweet experiences, but let's go to the public, find out if they have also had the same experiences. Let's see. Hey.
With the invention of the internet, it has turned our world into a global village. While some people make money online by selling things, some of us stay in the comfort of our homes and purchase these things. However, are the experiences all positive? Join me as I head into the streets to ask Nigerians what their experiences are with buying things online.
What I ordered versus what I got, that's my fear. I really don't like shopping online because I feel I wouldn't get the quality of the things I want to order. So rather I prefer going to a physical store, when I feel and, get to touch the texture of whatever I'm getting, then I can, the quality of the things I'm getting. So that's why I prefer physical shopping than online shopping.
I have not shopped online before, but I tried once when I was in Port Harcourt. I ordered for a eco bag, a traveling bag, and they got a wrong product for me. It was so heartbroken, so I stopped shopping online.
So I've bought things from online stores in the past. I still do, but I have reduced my rate of doing so because some of those sellers online over time, they are not doing well. I wouldn't mention name for the purpose of this, but their services seems to have dropped. So, but I still do, but from very verified sources that are very accountable, such that you get what you see online. I think that's it.
So I did an Instagram purchase, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and I got swiped. I would say I think I bought something for like 140,000 naira then, and it never got delivered. So yeah, very bad experience. And from then, since then, I've had like this bad notion of buying stuff online. So I'd definitely rather just physically go there, pay for it with my ATM or use my card. But now that I'm in a different place, I still don't have that trust for online sales, to be honest. But yeah, what can we say? You have to go with the time and flow with the time. So yeah, once in a while.
I have, and I've had a couple negative experiences, but overall it's been positive, I would say.
Would you encourage others to participate?
I would not, but I would suggest you get a personal shopper that you could send what you see online to them, and you put the fate of your life on their hands.
After listening to the experiences of some Nigerians, it begs the question, how do we identify credible vendors and avoid fraudsters? This is a question that can and will be answered back in our conversation studio.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, with undying demand. We make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Ethnicity is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity. We know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the Real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
All right, that's it. People don't get to trust, a lot of times. And I think that the bay of online, marketing or selling, it should be on trust. It should be on trust. And beyond trust, for me, I know all of us have had our experiences. I recall when Joy needed to buy something that I had, and then I gave her the person's number. She said, no, I'm not going to do that. you were having traumatic scene, so to speak.
Once beaten,
twice.
Yeah. So the thing here is, I saw something online. Normally, I'm not an online shopper. Why? Because sometimes you have to look. My feet is wide. Most of the shoes are normal shoes. They are not wide fit. My size, they will tell you that it's a size 18. But normally, they're supposed to ask me what is my bust line and all that. So most of the time, all the things I have bought were not normally my size. The worst experience I had was that I think I wasn't used to, because I'm old school, I wasn't used to Instagram and all that. Then one day I got on Instagram and I saw something I loved and I ordered. Immediately I paid for it, I was blocked.
Oh, wow.
Oh. And I was like, I started calling, it was not connecting, and I was like, okay, I can see that you're old school. So what I decided to do afterwards was that before I follow anybody, I have to look for people that I know that are following those people. So if I want to make an order, all I will do is, sis, have you bought something from this person? How was it and all that? And from there, I will start to order. But from that day, it was depressing.
Yeah, I know.
And I think the biggest problem I always tell people is that when the money is huge, calm down.
Yeah.
You see these people are very smart. Even though they do it the first time, they can send it to you. When the money is huge, then you're blocked. So I don't know. It's a risk that you have to take, but I don't think it's worth taking the risk.
Have you had your own?
It has happened to me too, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Honestly. In fact, shame caught me because I asked, I said, Umi, so you can be stupid like this. I paid almost 200,000.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I was blocked. And I'm usually really careful, but I looked on the page, I saw a lot of followers, but I didn't. Now I've noticed, like, first of all, I felt the product was much cheaper than it should be. I think that should have been a warning sign. But of course now, as my Ojuko Corona, I want better thing at small money. So immediately I paid, I was blocked. I couldn't believe it. I tried to call, and that was it. So since that time, I became really careful. And then the few times for clothing, they will take a picture of models, maybe from magazines or sites, and then they will place it. And then I saw something like a tailor-made at the backyard. I said, "What is this?" She said, "Hey, you should have read my profile." I said, "I am bespoke." I said, "Excuse me." You know what tailor will just make? Obioma. Obioma was better than what I got. So since then, to be honest, I asked, "Do you have shop? Let me come to your shop." That's it.
Okay, so it's have you had your?
I have, but for my part, I've never been blocked. I've never paid for something and then I got blocked. But that's also because I'm extremely wary. I pay an amount that I can lose comfortably. If I like it and it's within the range of 20,000, I'm like, okay, if I never hear back from this person, it will pain me, but I'm not going to go into debt because of 20,000. I will not really lose sleep over it and all. So if it's within the range of 20,000 or less, I take a risk. And for me, it's usually, ready to wear stuff. I did that 3 times, twice from one particular vendor, and then twice. 2 garments from one person and then one from the other. In each instance, the first person was a very young girl, and I wanted to encourage her business. She was on TikTok, she'd wear her things and model them herself and everything, and I thought they were ridiculously cheap, like heavy embroidery kind of stuff, and 20,000? I was like, well, she's a young girl, she's out of Abuja, she's not in Lagos. Maybe the place where she stays, fabric is cheaper. Maybe she has her own way. Let me just give it a try. I did. Now, where we had a problem was it took forever to get. I eventually got it, and I wish I'd worn it today. That was what I actually wanted to wear, and then I changed my mind. So what happened was it took her 2 months to send it.
Whoa. 2 months?
It took 2 months.
Wow.
But this was toward the last quarter of last year. And another thing I noticed was she didn't stop replying my WhatsApp messages. She kept using her TikTok page to explain to people that she was having logistics problems and begging people and everything. I eventually got it. It was according to spec. It was nice. It's a nice dress and everything.
It was actually genuine.
And then the second one was something similar to what you're wearing. But
no, it's not my own.
I said similar to what you're wearing with, again, with embroidery and everything. And I wanted to wear it to a friend's daughter's wedding. So I said, you were not good with your delivery last time over because I got it and it was good. As promised. Yeah. I'm taking a chance on you. I absolutely need this dress for a wedding.
And she got it.
So she didn't. I got it the following, that was December. I sent that money. I sent that money toward the end of November last year. I only got it toward the end of January this year. Of course, that time wedding don't come, go and everything. So I didn't patronize her again. But each time I got. Then the third person, it didn't take her as long to deliver. But the dress was so awful. The quality was so bad for me. I'm sorry. I mean, like me on no vex levels. You understand? And you get the kind clothes I know we are supposed to leave house. Even so, I just handed it over to the woman that helps me around in the house. Yes.
That means it was kind of bad.
It was not. It wasn't. And then to make matters worse, it was big. It was bigger. If to say na my size, I would say okay, make I wear am for house. It was big, so I just like folded it. I tried it on, didn't get it, folded it and handed it over to the woman that helps me around the house. So for me, nobody has run off with my money.
Lucky.
So I've been lucky.
That's nice.
I've been lucky.
A whole lot is happening. I don't know if your experience is close to what.
Yeah, well, me, I've not really had any funny experience per se, and then it's really risky shopping online, I would say, because sometimes some of the offers they give can be very, very catchy and inviting, and that's what pull people in that. But the only risk I know personally I could take is that of Child Deck or Glovo. I know that definitely will get to my doorstep. But aside that, I wouldn't want to have the experience of what you ordered versus what you got. Or my money goes and I can't have a track over the person. So basically I don't try. I've not had any funny experience. And you don't have to, a lot of people say experience is the best teacher. Haven't heard from the three speakers. I don't think I want to experience to learn. Your experience is enough for me to learn from it. So
that's a good one. Anyway, generally I just deduce that a lot of things, one of the reasons why people don't do well is a lot of people that should be patronizing them are scared. You know,
True.
We are scared
this is
because
me about I'm setting
to
up a website that is subscription based.
So, no. If people believe in you, they will definitely go overboard to ensure that they buy from you.
True.
I like to encourage starters, like you mentioned. So I saw one, but I like to really go to bigger platform, the kind of platform she mentioned. You know, so I went to a place. I saw a young lady. I read her profile, and she was just a beginner. I said, cool, let's try whatever she has. And I actually needed that thing for back to school purposes. So I sent her a message and asked if this was available, what's your last price, blah, 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 and all that, on a Monday. And she replied me on a Friday. And I usually would start any conversation with salutation because I was properly groomed by my parents. And here is this lady replying me on a Friday, more than 4 days after. And what I got was, is available, is this amount. That was it. I replied, I said, I sent you a message over 4 days ago. And I expected that you apologize for replying late. And then, or even say hello, because I greeted you. Guess what I got? Oh, are you buying goods or are you waiting for greeting? And I replied, I said,
she probably woke up on the wrong side.
I said, and I said to the lady, I don't know who she is. I said, you talk to me like this and you expect me to buy your goods. And she said, who is even waiting for you to buy? If you don't want to buy, now leave it. And then type that sign for me.
Wow.
No,
you know,
that's what's happening.
Maybe she's a very wealthy person.
So it just blew my mind. She's not wealthy.
Because why will you chase your customers away?
She just blew my mind. You know,
wow, that's
what did
crazy.
I do? I went online and you know, called her out by way of review, and then sent it to the platform she was working with, and they blocked her. The next time I saw her page was closed.
Oh, she was working for somebody else. It's not like
it's her page, but she's on a bigger platform.
Okay,
I don't know
understand.
So they close her out.
Yeah, it's just like
so it's
Bolt and Uber.
all those stuff. So I think that if you want to sell, I've had to buy things from people because they were
really nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, very
nice. They were very polite.
Yeah.
You know, I think that you should understand that your customer is a very important person.
True.
And you should treat them right. And like you said, you're starting a platform. I don't know what it is. When it is, you let us know.
Oh, well, of course, when it's time, I'll let you know.
You should also learn how to control yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not good enough, there's no need standing out. True. You know, there are a few things I've tried to do. A lot of people are like, why don't you post it? They look nice. I said, I think I'm still learning. Because I don't want somebody to tell me, this is not what I ordered.
I know.
And then I'll apologize and give it back your money. It's as simple as that.
Yes, you know, very big platforms will also have refund policies. Yeah. So, which is also good. If you learn it, once somebody is not joking around with you, please refund if the person, if it doesn't really fit.
They don't refund. What they do is The exchange.
The substitute, yeah.
Some
Yes,
people refund
yeah,
anyway.
okay.
All right, so I think in the afternoon with Medley show we'll be talking more on this. But for now, let's look at podcasts. But there's something I need you to listen briefly to. If you're ready, Noah and Ehi, let's have this played.
It's convenient for me to date a married man. Very convenient. I don't think I'm destroying anybody's home because their husband is my supposed boyfriend. That's not my business.
I don't have a problem with podcasts. I have a problem with what you ladies sit down there to say. Forgetting that the internet never forgets.
Once the man is married, yes, he should be out of bounds.
For who?
Life
is preference, right? I like to date married men. You cannot date married men. Let me do what works for me.
All right, so excuse her for that language, and we just needed you to see a little bit of what happens. There are millions of them, and it's open there for children to listen to. It's open there for people who are, very impressionable to listen to. And maybe I'll let Devon come in on this because I'm still in shock myself at the moment.
Yeah. First of all, I want to make clear that all podcasts are not bad. In fact, the majority are not bad. Podcasts were originally intended to be audio-based internet content that you can download and such. But over time, I guess people started to realize that if it's online, you gain better traction with videos. So in addition to the audio element, they started adding a visual element to it by recording the interviews and then using those clips to generate traffic, to drag traffic to go watch more or listen more, as the case may be. So all podcasts are not bad. However, because they are internet-based, and anything internet-based relies on traffic, heavy traffic, to even stand out at all, because there's so much content online. There's a tendency to go for things that are salacious, scandalous, or straight up taboo. And unfortunately, this thing gets played on the open platform. So there are no gatekeepers. There's nobody gatekeeping the content. There is no denial of access. Anybody that has a gadget and has internet access can obtain this information. Unfortunately, younger people, the internet is a space that attracts very young people. And this is when they're in their developmental stage. This is when they need help. They are still moldable. And it is not every person of that age range that has access to the right kind of guidance in their immediate environment. So they begin to look for answers to certain questions from strange sources. Then there are also adults who lack the capacity for logical reasoning. There are lots of adults who lack the capacity to judge right from wrong. And there is something about having a microphone in your face that makes you come off as an authority figure.
True.
And this is as a result of the tradition of legacy media being traditional media, NTA, AIT channels, old media. Back then, you had to be somebody to have a microphone in front of you.
True.
And that mental picture is still there. So till date, not many people are able to filter it out. The minute a microphone is put in your face, except you are being really absurd and way off daft, people are going to view you as something of an authority figure, and that gives you credibility, and that makes people want to listen to you. Now, unfortunately, many podcasters are going out of their way to look for, please forgive me, I'm not looking down on anybody, to look for the dregs of society, to look for people who have nothing to lose. I don't know if they pay them a stipend or these people just come and say these things for the shock value. You know, there are people who will do anything to get attention, even if it is negative attention. So it's gotten to that point. That is tame. The one we saw just now is very, very, very tame. Yes, there was one that happened mid-year, around May, June this year. A lady came on a podcast and admitted that she had been doing things with dogs. And she showed her face.
But she died in the end.
No, she didn't die. Hang on, I'm coming somewhere. A couple of weeks later, the person who did that interview came out weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. Oh, she didn't know that when she brought this lady, that the lady was going to commit suicide subsequently. Her friend came and gave her a letter that the lady wrote before committing suicide, blah, 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 blah. And she cried and wept. And 2-3 weeks later, it now came out that after this lady gave this awful interview, she suddenly had some kind of
change of mind.
You know, what have I done to myself? Maybe she got mocked. Maybe people were like, Lord, I don't know what you were doing when you went there. But in a bid to cover face, or in a bid to get her face back, she decided to come up with this stunt of, oh, I committed suicide. And blah. She's alive. She's alive. She had to relocate. But my first thing is, what were you thinking when you went on air to admit something like that about yourself? What good was supposed to come out of it? It's not like these people are going to link you up with any mental health experts. And even if you want to help somebody, do they have to humiliate themselves first before you link them up with the mental health? Because you cannot convince me that the people, the women particularly, 80 to 90% of women that are coming out, people coming out to say these ghastly things are women. And it's not because women are any worse than men. It's because for some strange reason, women have lost shame.
We're just looking for attention.
No, but it's women that you will find more women saying these things. Men are doing these things.
I was asking.
Men are even doing worse, but they're not coming on any show online to say it.
How many times do you see a naked man?
Honestly.
How many times? Because
well, first of all, most women will look away from a naked man instantly.
No, but
most people, not just most men,
don't have much to lose. Men don't have much to lose if they were. But it seems the standard of dress for men is much higher than for women.
I agree.
I can't remember the last time I saw a man's chest hair in public.
No, I see all the time. I see you.
But probably it's informal.
No, a broadcast person. And anytime I see him,
but it's rare. It's rare. And you are meant to be one person.
Well, maybe because I follow him and so many people follow him. And I decided, I think last week, to unfollow him because he's there with his singlet, with his muscles and everything. He looks,
Well, anyway, so that we don't digress, but this podcast thing is bringing a lot of. Our women, they are looking for women that are destroyed. And
who are looking for who else to put in, and you're destroyed. You're looking for who to drag along as the,
I don't know what to say
because that's actually
is the mental health person here. She might be able to tell us the logic behind the reasoning that people who do these things do it. I don't know what it is.
But Splendor, you work with women, in your organization. How have you perceived this?
Well, it's really alarming how a lot of women come online to express themselves and able to trend, because a lot of them want to trend in that way, and I feel that's not the best way to trend. I was really shocked when I saw the clip. I mean, a lady could come out publicly to say that, and this is somebody that is single and she's beautiful. And one thing is, I know a lot of ladies, they will be praising her, well done, like, I mean, somebody should just be out there to front the idea. But I feel it's preposterous because we are trying to fight that. In my organization, we mentor, we sensitize ladies. I know oftentimes we get this case of a single mother raising a daughter. It's usually different. I had a case, the girl was raped, and the mother was a single mother, and then the mom rejected the girl. Already she broke out, she left the house, and she's just been doing things and no concern, nothing. So such kind of person, they can give her a particular amount, and she'll come out and say things that will wow you. So I feel like we really need to do more. And then we need to love more, because we have these trust issues now. We really see young people, this generation, have somebody they confide in, even to the parents too. Parental responsibility has a way to a role to play. So you can be able to open up to somebody and express yourself. Rape case is something very traumatizing, like it lives in you. And then we should be able to confide on somebody to talk to and tell the person, this is what we're going through, instead of coming online. There's also one lady too that talks about girls, like if a guy asks you out, pay this amount, collect this money from, and a lot of girls are buying into that. You meet somebody responsible, the first thing is money. You want to ask him money, and she was even saying if a guy doesn't pay transport for you, he doesn't love you, all those things. And it's just, people are just observing that, and they feel it's the best way to go. So I think parents have a major role to play, and then churches too, because this is where we converge in good numbers and address young people. Otherwise, the generation are going to lose it, this generation, because people don't want to go through process. They just want to get it right. They just want to, like, what will make them trend, what will make them get money, they want to just venture into it. So I feel that's my own opinion.
Okay. Now, Coach, they already called you in, to it, but I need you to perhaps answer the question that's been on my mind for so long. I often think that when I see such things, me seeing them is just accidental, because I don't go into those kind of space. If you want to catch me, go to the health angle or the religious angle. So those things don't even pop up for me. But if I have to accidentally stumble on them, sometimes I actually cry, because I feel that they need help. Is there any, mental relationship, could there be maybe one form of mental health or the other for them to have such outbursts in a public setting? It's like me taking my bath in an open field at this age in broad daylight. That's the way I look at it. If I can come out and discuss what happens in the other room, in the open.
Well, I really don't. This particular case?
Any of them, all of them that.
Okay, not all of them. We cannot generalize, to be honest. They're all different. This one we just watched, for me, I could say, honestly, it's just someone expressing herself.
So there's no mental...
I don't think so.
Okay.
The thing I believe that, like we said just before we started, we have to bring back shame. That's just it. It's just lack of shame.
So instead of shouting, bring back our girls, we'll bring back our shame.
Let's bring back our shame. 1,001 women do that every day. Let's be honest. 1,001 young girls are mistresses and mommy, what do they call it? Mamas. Baby mamas. To all big men in Nigeria. So it is a normal thing. They just don't come out and talk about it publicly. So this is the part I would say is just lack of shame. And then I think, we keep feeling we're becoming westernized.
We are overdoing it.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, so this being westernized is what is making women feel, or people come out to say these things and feel maybe they are elitist, they're educated. This is, so like she said again, perhaps because they want to trend. But I really don't think that's a mental health issue. Perhaps we'll say low self-esteem. I would think that it has a lot to do with low self-esteem, because if you feel good about yourself, you honor yourself, even if you do that, you will not come on air and say it. So to me, it's more of a case of low self-esteem. But there are cases of people who are actually having mental health problems. And those are the ones I have talked to in private over the years. These are conversations I've had with women over the years, but in private. They are talking about what they've done, what they are doing, and whether they can stop it and they need help. It's very common. Addictions, drug addiction, sex addiction is real.
Yes.
It's real.
But sex can be addictive?
Yes. Sex addiction is real.
So my concern is, why are women more? Why is women?
Why are there more women willing to open their mouth and say such terrible things?
No,
especially in our culture.
But you see, the thing here is that if a man, okay, let me use an example of a cross-dresser in Abuja who decided to do, there's a freedom of speech. You can do anything you want to do and all that. And somebody made a statement that you can do it in certain areas in Nigeria and get away with it. But doing it in the north can be a bit, you have to check it. And I think that was why he was punished when he was killed. They took his eyes, and all that, and
But he wasn't just a cross-dresser, he was also a sex worker.
My darling, yeah, I didn't want to.
Most cross-dressers are sex
No,
workers.
you know, because you were trying to say that women are more and all
Yes.
that. If you notice, see, most of the time when I wake up, I'm saddened. Because what our kids are seeing online is sickening. A man is a man. I'm not going to, that's why when people say certain things, I say, it's a he, she. I'm not going to do that. If it's a he, it's a he. I'm not going to say he's a he, but he's a she now.
A they.
Okay. And something happened last week. Some certain person who so many young people are looking up to and seeing how he's making, you know, the bottom line is money.
Yeah, power.
Money. And you know why money? It's because of power. When you have money, you can do anything. I had a pastor who used to say that 1,000,000 steps starts with one step. The people I see now want to just leave school and get up there.
Skipping process.
It's a process. And we have to go through that process. But unfortunately for the kids now, we didn't have, there was no social media. It wasn't like this. But now you go on social media, somebody's telling me, you know, I can be a woman when I'm a man. After all, look at this person. They always look at the wrong things. I had a little girl who was my paddy. You know, she just sees me, say, Auntie, I like you because you're always happy. And I told her, my parents worked on me, they were intentional. And it's a choice. I said, I must be happy. Luckily, I was given a name that is about happiness and all that. And she told me that she had a step. I used to tell her, why don't you like going home? She told me something. My father rapes me. My father, you know. And I said, how? It was then I realized that the girl, that man in the house was not her father. He was her mother's husband. I said, so what is your mother doing about it? Every day she sits there and says the girl is lying.
Or that the girl was doing something that is causing it. That's
You
never
know,
the last
so
question.
now you are in your house, you cannot be protected. So what do these girls do? They go online. They look for a role model. And excuse me, the sad part is that is the wrong role models.
True.
So that is why this thing is coming over and over and over. The podcasts, there are some things I listen. And what kills me is that more mature people in society that you think are responsible, do worse.
Yeah. You know, you're talking, and I keep asking myself, as a mom, a mother, a lot of times I get scared of being the wrong role model, unintentionally.
Some people don't deserve to be mothers.
You know, I often, maybe I over scrutinize myself, perhaps, because I'm so scared of being the reason why not just my children, birth children, any child, any youth around me will misbehave.
I know.
So, and that's me within my cocoon, my space. So how then do we get to carry this same thing? We forget to carry this fear into the public space.
Well, the fact is, I don't know what is going on. I don't have this fear you mentioned because it's, for me, it's like, it's who I am. I have conditioned myself in a way that I'm not perfect. Of course, I step on people's toes and things. But that thing that will scandalize my family or scandalize or confuse a young person around me, I automatically don't do it. That's who I've always been. For instance, I happen to be married to somebody who travels a lot. The person I am when he's around is the person I am even if he travels for 1 month. If I'm ordinarily home by 6 p.m., I am home by 6 p.m. whether he's around or not. Why? I have youngsters in the house that I want them to understand that it's not because daddy is around that I come home at 6.
Yeah.
I come home at 6 because I have closed from work and I want to be home at 6. This is me. Whether he is home or not, it doesn't matter. It's not about his presence. So that is who I am. I hold myself accountable to me. I want to be able to, when I kneel down and pray, I want to be able to pray to God from a place of coming to equity with clean hands. So my social media feed, I try to keep it sanitized. I don't go there and begin to talk as if I'm in a room full of adults. Because I happen to know on Facebook, for instance, I have 14,000 followers. And I know that the bulk of them are young people. So there are certain ways, there's a way I will not dress.
Sure.
There are certain kinds of content I will not talk about and such. I've learned how to police myself very well over a period of time. It's called self-discipline. So if it matters to you, you do it. And that's because growing up, I had it hammered into me that the only thing you have is your reputation. The only thing you actually have is your name. So for me, when I see people doing these things, there was one that she was dancing naked on Facebook one time. And yes, you had a lot of people applauding her. But then there would be this odd person that would be like, have you no shame and such. And she once replied and said, I was not taught shame.
Oh.
Wow.
And it rang a bell to me that we don't consider the context this person is coming from. Especially young ladies. That you were talking of somebody who was being defiled by the stepfather. There are many instances where it is the biological father doing these things. Go online and see what was happening in homes during the COVID lockdown, when men were not allowed to go out. The reports were awful. Many men, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. There were so many reports of men touching their girls in the house. And some of these girls were biological relations, sisters, daughters. There were there were wives that were going into knock-down, drag-out fights because, dude, you cannot be on top of me forever. I've got things to do. I've got children to bathe. I've got clothes to wash. I've got cooking to do. There were fights around that. And if the men were not able to exercise themselves in other ways by going out, they were touching their own in the house. This is something that needs to be addressed. I don't know why it exists. Because I don't believe that the regular libido causes people's minds to shut down. I think people are taking drugs. I think people are taking enhancing,
But it won't be on podcasts. Most of the time they don't talk about it.
No, these things are being talked about on podcast. Every ugly thing is being discussed on podcasts. And I'm saying that there should be a filter. And my big suggestion is this, and the podcast people, please listen to me, you'll benefit. They should monetize it. Monetize it, put a price on it so that people who love that kind of content will go and listen to it. And that way you take it out of the hands of young people. If by the time you are saying pay 5,000 to come and watch this rubbish, young people might not be able to get that 5,000 to pay.
Some would pay.
So some that
they'll be eager to know why the price is there.
If you want to trend, you can put money because you need traffic.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not everybody that will be able to get it.
What I actually think
some will want it and they will not be able to get it. So we've at least reduced
if you
the
want
number
to
of
trend,
people.
you can't tell people
Yeah.
to pay.
No, I'm not talking about those that want to trend.
Okay. Most of them want to trend.
Is it not
But
trending?
OnlyFans is subscription based.
Anyway, I think
and
that
they're making mad money, and it's still the same kind of rubbish
generally,
content.
to curtail this doesn't have to be only on price tag, because there are a lot of to curtail this, to curb this. What you talked about is not just attaching price, because people will go extra mile to know why there's price. Like they don't mind.
Don't we have a censor? There should be a board.
Yes.
It's very hard to regulate what's
Regulators.
happening online.
You know, the podcast is one thing. TikTok is another thing. If you go to TikTok and see what ladies do.
No, hang on.
And then about I feel
I'm on TikTok all
generally,
the time. TikTok is the kind of platform where even if you go on a particular video to say, Kai, this is terrible, low, once you interact with it, even if it is to say this is bad, you are going to get more.
Yes.
So if you know that you don't like that kind of content, instead of saying, oh, this is bad, just jump up. I'm not even seeing the first 3 seconds, scroll away.
Once you
as you keep scrolling away,
in fact, when you even stay too long on that page, you get more
even if you stay just out of shock, they will send more to you.
Another one.
It's the algorithm.
You understand? So that's how TikTok
no, but you see,
works.
the good thing with me is that I think the ones it's okay. So I'm not a TikToker, and because because my head, there's too much going on. There's too much going on, and what's going on is so negative, because sometimes I see one thing I see is that when I see very matured women wear certain clothes they wear
online,
how do you talk to your kids?
It's awful.
You see, like now, what is killing me is BBL.
What's that?
Going on surgery.
The bottom surgery that makes your bottom. And what people don't realize is that it's one of the most dangerous surgeries.
No, but they don't know.
It's easiest way to kill yourself.
No, they don't know. And the funny thing, the good thing is that they are dying now.
Yeah.
Even
the doctor.
No. Even the doctor, the main doctor
died.
In Nigeria, she's dead. Because I'm telling you, I don't know why some people... Look, if you want to lose weight, lose weight. You have things you can wear now that give you some extras. Wear them. I don't know.
They padded everything.
There was a lady that...
They padded everything. If you want the back side,
padded. There. If you want the front side, you want. If you want...
If you even want pregnancy.
No, there was a lady that did her thing. She's somebody that... Well, she's an actress, so maybe that's why I know her. And I saw when she posted on her line that BBL is bad. And I had a good laugh. BBL is bad, but your whole body is BBL. So now people are watching you. Why are you saying it's bad?
Maybe she's wearing something padded.
She's not wearing mbanu.
Okay.
What happened is that she's done it. Now she's seen the side effect.
Yes.
And she's now trying to. And for me, that's commendable.
That's good.
She's telling people. She doesn't want people to look like her.
It's going to be a lesson
for if we've all agreed that it's dangerous, probably, and she has done it, she has probably begun to see the side effects, the wrong side of it, and she wants to warn others.
And I see all she's doing. I don't think, no, I don't agree.
Anyway,
well, this topic,
you were going to add something to what?
Yeah, this topic is actually a thing for concern because I keep hammering on parental responsibility because they are still good girls that portray positive impact to the society. So I feel parents should create more time for their kids. Look at what they do with their time, because now this BB Nigeria is up. They are back to school. They've already discussed the episode of yesterday. Yes. It's today on they want to watch and go back to school and discuss. And parents don't pay attention to that.
No, parents want their kids to go there to make money to give them.
Not all parents.
No, I know. I'm not saying.
So, but the parents even watch it. There are children that watch
parents
TV
need to
with
be
their
very
parents.
friendly with their kids so they can be able to open up and relate with them. I have my girlfriend. I mean, she gave birth to a daughter. That's why when you said stepdad, even biological dad do shit. And the dad sleeps with the daughter, and that was why she left the marriage. So I don't know if the guy is possessed or something. But the good thing, the girl is 6'7". The good thing is because she was friendly with her mom. She could communicate.
Just like Coach Didi is saying, it's not every. When we cannot fathom something, we immediately give it to mental illness. Some people
because a normal person will not behave like that.
My sister,
a normal person.
And then of course, there's also the possibility of black magic. There's witchcraft in some instances. In some instances, it's witchcraft.
Oh, wow. And then some of them is a traumatic cycle. Some of them were actually molested as children. So it's a cycle that goes on.
But the molestation, I'm sorry to say, the sexual molestation a man will experience, for instance, might damage his psyche, but it doesn't do anything to his reproductive
organ.
No, but a woman who has been defiled at that age, some of them lose their childbearing capacity.
What of the boys that are defiled?
That's exactly what I'm
like
saying.
That too.
I am saying that I've never heard of a case where a boy got defiled and then grew up and he couldn't function. But all these small baby girls, many of them lose the capacity to have children going forward.
True. Anyway, I think that the regulatory agencies need to do a whole lot. And we'll all continue to do the campaign, because I know that I got into some countries, I couldn't use certain facilities on my phone.
WhatsApp.
One of them was the WhatsApp. both in China and Dubai,
Yeah,
you can't use it.
WhatsApp.
So because they wanted to, put
Regulate
sanity in their system. So I think that
Are you sure it's because of that, or they just don't like westernized
No, but
stuff? Because
what
are you going to send me on WhatsApp?
You can't use
no, but seriously, what are you going to send me on WhatsApp?
Oh, there's a lot.
There's
and it's free.
It's regulation. They're just regulatory regulation.
So there's a whole lot going on.
Even Nigeria was in
and WhatsApp is a messaging app.
Not really.
When people send you terrible
messages. Oh my God, you need to
there's
see
a
the
whole
things
lot.
they're
So
sending.
it's just to control it.
Yeah.
So both that, in some places, they don't
it's
even allow
free.
you to use Google, like
Yeah.
in China.
Yes.
So we should be careful, and we should also protect, people. Make friends with not just our children alone, other people's children around us.
Yeah.
Make friends, because a lot of times, people's children want to relate with you more than they relate with their parents.
They feel
never take it
comfortable
for
with
granted,
you.
because if you're a guardian angel for another person's child, another person will be a guardian angel for your child.
No, but you see, this holiday season, it saddens me that most kids, their parents are not even there with them.
Yes.
Their parents don't even know what they're doing with their phones. The parents don't know
Yeah,
anything.
creating time
Most
to
children
check.
that I know, guess what? All they're watching is Big Brother. All of
Thank
them are
you.
naked. So somebody told me that all the time you wear clothes, you're always wearing your clothes. We can't see anything, but it's not good. It makes you look ugly.
Really?
That's that's when you expose yourself.
Was it a male or a female?
No, people that were my friends, they were telling me, and even younger people that are my friends are telling me that, why do you like to cover long sleeve, neck, everything? That it doesn't show your correct body. That is why certain things are not happening for you.
It's a lie.
No, you see the thing here.
That's their opinion.
If that's your opinion, what are the young people thinking?
True.
I think the more covered up you are, the more classy you look.
my God,
True. That's according
more
to you.
elegant
Yeah, according to
That's
you.
you.
Yeah.
Some other people don't
because
believe that.
guess what? Because I told you about my experience in school. No guy used to come to me. Why? Because I was dark.
And wrapped up.
And I was wrapped up. So you see, the thing here is that guys want to see what they are going for.
Anyway, our time is almost not ours. But then, as much as we need to go, Coach, I need you to just drop a word.
I think the most important thing, like she said, we should be the moral compass of our children. All this discussion we're having comes back to parenting, intentional parenting.
Exactly.
Are you your child's role model?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oh, what do I say? We just got it wrong. I hope we can get it right.
Okay, Devon?
Well, I would say that with regard to parenting, if your children are still small, you have a very, very good chance to, do stuff with them. It does not require spending the entire day. Sometimes 30 minutes of good quality play
It's enough.
is enough.
All right, thank you. Splendor?
Yeah, we should just be mindful of the things we see online and the things we see online and how we use the informations we get online. We should be guided.
Very important.
Let's be
Thank you
guided.
so much. And I don't think I have any other thing to add to it except that whatever you think you can watch in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, and be proud of yourself, please post it. If you think that you're not married and tomorrow you're going to have children or your grandchildren who will go out there, pick up your picture of a sex tape or something and come back home and say, Grandma, Mommy, is this you? If you think it's okay with you, go ahead. That's all I can say. We'll bring you another exciting moment with all of us here next week. Please join us then. And don't forget, by 1:30 medley show still on this channel, we'll be reaching you with more on the online shopping and selling. Bye for now.
Bye.